Hey, everybody. Are you ready for a deep dive into something we all love? Sleep.
Ah, yes.
We're tackling the big question today. Can relaxing music really make for better sleep?
Yeah, I'm really interested to dig into this one.
You provided some fascinating research on sleep, music, different relaxation techniques, and honestly, some of the findings really surprised us.
Definitely. Turns out the connection between music and sleep is way more intricate than you might think.
Totally. So before we hit the play button on our favorite tunes, let's break down why sleep is so essential in the first place. That Scientific Reports article, along with a couple others you sent over from Psych Central and Mindful, they don't mess around when it comes to highlighting how vital sleep is for, well, everything.
100%. Mood, memory, your immune system. Sleep impacts it all. If you're constantly cutting yourself short on sleep, think of it like this. You're running your brain on fumes. Sooner or later, something's got to give.
It's true. And I loved that analogy from New Scientist. It's not just about hitting that magic number of hours of sleep. It's about weaving those little pockets of downtime into your day, too.
Right, those moments when your brain can go totally offline.
Like hitting reset.
Exactly. Just like our phones need that recharge, our brains crave those moments of rest to function at their best.
So true. Now, you sent over this super cool study from Scientific Reports where they actually track people's sleep patterns while listening to relaxing music. They use this technique called, ready for it, polysomnography.
Sounds intense, right?
A little, but it basically means they use sensors to keep tabs on brain waves, heart rate, all those physiological signals during sleep. It's like they were getting a high definition, behind the scenes look at what happens when we drift off.
Precisely. It gives them this incredible window into the world of sleep.
So fascinating. And get this, they found that the music actually did seem to change sleep architecture, especially something called slow wave sleep, better known as deep sleep.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Slow wave sleep is like the VIP of sleep stages.
Oh,
It's essential for consolidating memories and feeling refreshed. Think of it as your brain's chance to do a total system reboot, clearing out toxins, organizing information, getting you prepped for the day ahead.
wow, a total reset. I like it. But here's where things take a turn for the unexpected. The study found that the people who saw the biggest jump in slow wave sleep while listening to music were those with low suggestibility.
Now that does seem counterintuitive.
Right. You'd think if you're told, hey, this music will help you sleep, the more suggestible you are, the more likely you are to, well, actually experience that benefit.
It makes sense on the surface.
It's like if someone handed you a cup of decaf but swore it was espresso. You might actually start feeling more energized just because you believe you had caffeine.
I see what you're saying.
So this study, combined with those insights from the hypnosis research, specifically that Stanford alumni video you shared,
Yeah,
they all hint that how we each respond to things like music, to relaxation techniques in general, might hinge on our individual suggestibility.
it could be.
So to clarify, some folks are wired to be more receptive to those direct suggestions, like, this music will make you sleepy,
Right.
while others might do better with a gentler, less structured approach. You know, just letting the music create that calming vibe without any expectations.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how differently our brains respond to these cues.
So if how our brains respond to music is so individual, what does that really mean for, well, for anyone hoping to use music for better sleep?
Yeah, it definitely suggests that music alone might not be that magical sleep solution for everyone.
And that actually lines up with the Scientific Reports study, too. Remember how they saw some shifts in brainwave activity with the music?
Right.
Well, it turns out those changes didn't actually translate to people remembering things better after they slept.
Interesting. So even if music nudges you into those deeper sleep stages, it might not be enough on its own. The quality of your sleep, the type of sleep, it probably all comes into play.
Which brings us to that treasure trove of relaxation techniques you sent our way. Deep breathing, visualization, progressive muscle relaxation. We're talking a whole arsenal of relaxation tools.
That's a great way to put it. And I think that's where things get really exciting. It's about discovering which tools work best for you, like trying on different hats until you find the one that fits just right.
I love that. So beyond just queuing up a relaxing playlist, what are some other techniques people can try out?
Well, that Stanford alumni video you shared dives into the power of breath work, specifically something called physiological sighs.
Oh yeah, the double inhale, exhale thing. It's like hitting the reset button on your entire system.
Exactly. And the science behind it is fascinating. How we breathe has this direct line to our heart rate, to how our bodies handle stress, that whole intricate balance between feeling alert and feeling calm.
Hold on, so you're saying by simply changing how we breathe, we can actually shift our entire mental state?
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's like we have this built-in control panel for our nervous system,
Yeah.
and we can tap into it anytime, anywhere, just by adjusting our breath.
That's amazing. Okay, physiological sighs are going straight into my relaxation routine. What else?
Progressive muscle relaxation is another fantastic technique.
Oh.
It involves tensing and releasing different muscle groups throughout your body, one by one.
Oh, is that where you start by tensing your toes, then work your way up?
You got it.
Yeah.
It's incredibly helpful for releasing physical tension, which we all know often goes hand in hand with mental stress.
And the best part is, you can literally do it anywhere, anytime.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's so empowering about all these relaxation techniques. They put you in the driver's seat. They give you tools to manage your stress, to improve your sleep, regardless of where you are or what you're doing.
So it's about taking control of your well-being, one breath, one muscle at a time.
I like that. Now, speaking of taking control, that Momentum article had some great advice on how to create a consistent relaxation routine.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. It talked about building a relaxing bedtime ritual.
Right, and it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. It could be as simple as dimming the lights, maybe reading a book, taking a warm bath.
It's about designing a space and a routine that sends a clear signal to your mind and body. Okay, it's time to unwind.
Precisely. And the more consistent you are, the more powerful it becomes. Your body starts to link those cues with relaxation, which makes it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep.
It's like you're training your brain to embrace relaxation.
Exactly. And like any good training program, consistency is key.
So we've covered a lot of ground. We've explored the science of sleep, the surprising connection to suggestibility, and a whole range of relaxation techniques. But if there's one big takeaway here, it's that there's no single magic solution.
100%. The most important thing is to approach this with curiosity, with an open mind. Be willing to experiment, find what works best for you, and be patient.
Because at the end of the day, understanding your own sleep and what helps you relax, that's a journey, not a destination.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It really is different for everyone.
Absolutely. What sends one person straight to dreamland might keep someone else up all night.
Totally. Something you mentioned earlier really got me thinking about that new scientist article again, the one about how our brains crave those offline moments during the day.
Right. Yeah.
I'm wondering, could it be that if we actually schedule in more downtime throughout our day, even if it's not sleep, could that actually lead to more restful sleep later on?
That's a really interesting thought. Like, those mini breaks during the day are basically us hitting the refresh button on our brains.
Yeah.
It's like we're preventing them from getting overloaded, which could make it a lot smoother to unwind at night.
Yeah. Because if we're constantly in that state of overdrive, our poor brains never actually get the message that it's okay to relax and recharge.
Exactly. And I think that's a pretty important takeaway for us. It's not just about how much shut-eye we're getting at night. It's about how we manage our energy throughout the entire day. Those little moments of downtime, taking a few conscious breaths, even just stepping away from our screens for a bit. It all adds up.
So it's really about being intentional, finding those pockets of peace in our day, whether it's through breath work, a quick meditation break, or, simply putting our phones down for a few minutes.
Exactly. Giving our brains that permission to unwind, to de-stress, and to just be present in the moment.
You know what? I think we've given our listeners a lot to reflect on today. We've dug into the science behind sleep, that unexpected link to suggestibility, and a whole bunch of relaxation techniques to try.
We really covered it all.
But I think the most important takeaway is the power of figuring out what works best for you. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's more than okay.
100%. It's
Yeah.
all about honoring your own unique needs and preferences.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, embrace the exploration. Be patient with yourself. Experiment with different techniques. Be patient with the process. And remember, even those small changes can lead to big improvements in your sleep and your overall well-being.
That's right. You've got this.
Until next time, happy sleeping, everyone.